Hi guys, I'm Dušan Žica and I'm co-founder and CEO of 2142 company, and now you will hear a bit different point of view about Metaverse and how we observe it, thinking, and what do we think, how it can be used to make a different kind of entertainment and engagement from the transmedia point of view. It's like these days, like metaverse is like huge hype word actually, and like everything is like oriented around it, and it's like everything is meta this and meta that, and like it's like so many companies are going there, and we often ask ourselves actually what does it mean, metaverse? It's like there's a term that exists for a long time, and as the time passes by, it gets new meanings all the time, actually new approaches to it. So this was like the novel I had a chance to read when I was in high school, and Neil Stevenson actually coined the term metaverse in this novel, Snow Crash. But and he's usually mentioned these days as the godfather of metaverse, but that's actually not true, because maybe he coined the term, but before him, Philip K. Dick and William Gibson had the similar or quite same philosophical approaches to virtual reality, where people live and correlate and talk and engage one with each other. So it would be injustice not to mention them, because we're constantly hearing about Neil Stevenson. And the concept of a metaverse and something which is kind of illusionary images that represent another state of beings exists for much, much, much longer than the sci-fi genre at all. And here we are coming to allegory of the cave of Plato. It's like 500 years before Christ. It was written in his Republic. And it's like, probably many of you know about this one, it's about allegory about people who are chained, living in a cave and seeing only shadows which are projected on the wall in front of them. And they never saw like a light. And whatever they see, they're just like images. It's like projections of shadows of which like are forced upon them. While the outside, under the sunlight, there is a real world. So it's just, I don't know, it's like perspective, a kind of matter of perspective, how you approach to projected reality. And is it good? How it can be useful? Is it dangerous? Is it like, is it truly evolution of humankind, or just a tool for a monetization and further capitalistic profitable advancement in our society, how to say. But in modern sense, metaverse exists since the birth of internet. And then you have a second life in 2003, and after that we have Roblox. We have like also World of Warcraft with a bunch of video games, MMORPGs, old multi-user dungeon games during the 90s too. These were all kind of metaverse environments. We also have like all IRC chats on Facebook, actually, what's actually the metaverse. As time goes by, just new technologies evolve, and we are immersing ourselves in a new kind of perceiving the same thing, but just more immersive, with VR, mixed reality, AR, or whatever. Today, what is the metaverse? Everything is the metaverse, and nothing is metaverse. It's like everything is about the metaverse. It's like everyone, many entertainment, IT, social media companies, marketing companies, they're all forcing that term, and like Web3 is going to be like the next big thing, and decentralization and revolution and everything. At the end, there's like huge how to say, danger that it's going to be the same as always. It's like the people is going to monetize, the people's gonna manipulate with the dopamine hits, like in the free-to-play video games or social media. So just like, is it really something that's gonna help us grow as a species, or that's gonna help us advance, become better, or just a tool for more efficient enslavement on a daily level of all humans? Don't get me wrong, a lot of cool things are happening here, but it's just a philosophical point of view. How do you observe and what you're going to get from this technology, actually? And we decided to, inspired by all these things, and our attitude towards like that technology should be a tool for the better good of all of us. We're thinking about like 9,000 years ago, our ancestors, they didn't have VR headset to go into Metaverse. They've been living in it every day, practically. And these are the cave paintings 9,000 years ago from Algeria. And you have the mushroom god, man, which is like actually the door inside the Metaverse from the ancient Greece to Algeria to Australia, whatever it is. Entheogens, mushrooms, and sacred plants were the link to the higher spheres and teachings of humankind. And luckily, during the last 15 to 20 years, they become decentralized and more popular in a kind of a new age mood, but they're slowly, but people are embracing those things, and they have really, really life-changing impulse and life-changing, how to say, very personal and global good. And then you see like the sacred geometry that always coming from our subconsciousness. Actually, it's coming from the quantum field around us, and how do our subconscious and brain perceive that, and how we transgenerationally carry them among us. It's like you have from Celtics to Hindu mandalas to Shipibo tribes to Serbian Pirotski Chilim. The sacred geometry is always and everywhere around us, even nature, and practically it was a kind of truly natural metaverse before even the first tech, the first wheel were discovered. And why psychedelics? It's not just because of Jimi Hendrix or Hawkwind or astral projection and psychedelic trance music or whatever, Pink Floyd. But the term was coined by English psychiatrist Humphrey Osmond in 1956 in his letter to Aldous Huxley. And psych means like meaning breath, spirit, soul also, and mind in Greek, in our high called Greek, and delos, which means unconcealed, apparent, revealed, which like psychedelics means like mind manifested or soul revealed, which means there's no, they're not pleasant. Engaging that kind of metaverse is not like dopamine driven, it's not gonna feel you good, but it's gonna reveal your true self in some very special way, in very authentic and very personal. And now we're coming here, a couple of thousand years later. During the last week, we had like huge crash on crypto markets all around the world. And it's like, it made us think about all that stuff that's, if it's like growing all the time, it's like, it is indeed the future of economy, but it's still not like, we don't know what to expect and when it might go, and how stable it can be. And many of us, especially, I'm not a crypto expert, I'm coming from, I was studying world literature, but I spent 12 years in advertising agencies, and then I was writing and producing video games for 5 years until I started this company with my partners and friends. And for me, all these things are quite new from economical side, point of view. And I'm still not sure how it will grow, where it can go, and how stable it is. And unfortunately, a lot of us felt that last week. And can you imagine if this is like how people react and how worlds react? I mean, like humankind and global economy to unstable crypto market. How it will look like when the last Bitcoin has been mined in 2142, like slightly more than 100 years. So this is where our story starts, actually. 2142 is an interactive web comic based on NFT technology. And we are inviting you to unveil the future, which is hidden behind these mortal coils, because these layers of illusion in our mundane world. And I'm happy to show you this trailer.
Riots are raging across the slums.
Pathetic fools. Burn the place to the ground.
Target located. I'm in position.
EST-774 neutralized target.
I have new readings. There are civilians below.
DST-774, execute the order. Open fire!
Thank you. Thank you. We are very proud of this teaser, and we made it with our friends from Bunker FX, and this is a story about the world where the last Bitcoin has been mined, when the huge corporations are ruling the world, which is practically more the same as now. But from the brands, sects are evolving from that corporations into small, decentralized, brainwashing channels of manipulation. Like people are obeying kind of a sects, which is brands, which is slightly more the same as now, And there is a twist. After the last coin has been mined, suddenly the legendary Satoshi's wallet has been activated. And he or she or it or whoever starts to buy megacorps and shut them down, practically liberating the rainforests, deserts, rivers from all greedy and super profitable corporations who actually do not care about our planet, our Mother Earth. And that's when our story starts. I don't want to spoil you because quite soon you will be able to read that webcomic, to mint it, and you will see actually. This is concept art that represents the mix of our how to say love for science fiction and love for ancient wisdom of intelligence. And we truly believe that technology and spirituality can go. They can work together for the better of all humans. And they shouldn't be excluding each other, what is unfortunately has been for many, many ages now. This is one of the first pages in our comic book looks like this. And actually, this is a metaversity, actually a universe, university in metaverse in 2142 AD. And as you can see, seeing goddess Achilles' rage, black and murderous, was the first verse. The second one is, tell me, O muse, of that ingenious hero who traveled wide and far. These are two verses, the one is the beginning of Iliad, the other is the beginning of the Odyssey. Actually, these two are foundations of our culture, the rage and wandering. Without rage, without revolt, without questioning authorities, there's no progress for human beings, for our society, nor ourselves as a persons. without wandering, without experiencing new things, without traveling and learning new stuff and trying to break our frontiers, there's no progress. So rage and wandering. These two things are very important for us, and very important for us to be free and to observe the things the way it should be observed. Metaverse in a comic book can be appealing, can be like kind of a kinky, and it looks like fulfillment of all different dreams and wishes. It can be very appealing to many of us, but at the end, it's fake. You know, it's just like it will alienate us from ourselves. And that's why we think that we need to break the chains. We need to set up a new point of view on technology and to use technology not for profitable manipulation, but for evolvement, advancement of humankind. What Voltaire said is difficult to free fools from the chains they revere. Or what Charles Dickens also said, like, we forge the chains we wear in life. So it's our choice how we will develop further and how we will use technology. And now about our product. At the end, it is a webcomic, but it's like the world's first community-driven NFT comic book, which means it's absolutely based on interaction with community. It's one-of-a-kind sci-fi comic book when you decide what will happen and how it ends by voting, collecting, and crafting. We'll speak about all these three. And at the end, it's also based on sacred plants and their worldwide return to planet Earth. And it's like this, as much as it's based on blockchain and like a futuristic vision of post-cyberpunk society, it is based on comparative mythology, it is based on sacred plants, and it is based on thousands and thousands of years of human spiritual involvement. But how does it work as a comic book? There are a bunch of cool comic books, NFT comic books today, and many of them are really good. Some of them average, like normal, as web comics or comic books are comic books. But we wanted to go on a bumpy ride, on like long, rocky road. We didn't want it to make simple web comic with a like cover page that's gonna be a simple collection with this plain rarity. You know, it's like we wanted to really create this thing with our community, and this is how we do it. You will able to mint first pages to assemble the webcomic, similar to like those like albums with the stickers when we were kids, like Masters of the Universe or football championships or whatever. So in each bundle you'll buy on Ethereum chain, you will be able to mint 21 randomly generated NFT items. These items are pages, panels, and covers. And of course, since they are randomly generated, you will get some doubles. And these doubles are not useless. When you mint pages, you also mint panels to assemble pages. And this is how you reveal the story. Then you also mint covers. Covers are generated and have their own rarity. They're very similar to typical NFT collections, actually. The only thing similar to typical NFT collection here is our covers, actually. We have the backgrounds. We have featuring different characters from the same issue we are publishing. And with different variations of the elements, we are getting more rare or more common NFTs. It will not dictate the value of the NFT. It's very crucial, important to say. NFT values will be influenced by community. But there's more to it. We have interactive world building on a large scale with RPG-like mechanics with this comic book. which means after you finalize, assemble the whole comic book issue, which means like all pages, all panels, and you choose one cover, then you burn that comic book issue, and instead of 180 NFTs, you will get one. And then you'll get a free airdrop of an NFT item, a location, or a character that appeared in the actual comic book issue, which means you will be the owners of it. And you can craft these when you acquire more of them, like one location, one character, and one item. You can craft these into stories. And how do we think, like when I say craft them into stories? We don't believe that AI can write Macbeth or Fall of the House of Usher or a comic book. We think it should be human craft. It should be like the art of writing and drawing, since it's been since ages. But when you choose on our website, on our actually marketplace, well, we'll talk about that later, these, to craft them, you're not burning them. You still have them, but you're using their right to craft those elements into a story. How does it work? You choose one character, one item, one location. All of them has like different attributes. The realms from they're coming from, astral realm, which is spiritual realm, metaverse, or a physical realm. This is like the universe, our multiverse, our comic book is happening in. And all of them has alignment, which means they're divine, chaotic, or neutral, and different parameters, tags. So when you combine them, you will have a glimpse of what you're gonna get. When you assemble them, I mean like merge them, we will write a special comic book issue for each of these, which means whoever does this will get like a spin-off webcomic that's gonna be published all the time, and it's gonna be free, absolutely. Well, our main story arc and our main webcomic will be published quarterly, and it's gonna have around 30 pages. But all the way along that period, or during those 3 months, we will craft more stories to reward our community, to reward people who are active, who are involved into building the world with us, and our point to be as much as decentralized as we can, and not to fall into chaos, of course. So we truly believe in DAO, and it's going to be the basic foundation of our company, from creative side, from profit-driven side, and like from all the things we truly want to share and learn and grow with our community, actually. It's very similar to video games, but because when you make a video game, of course, you test that video game for months or even for years with your initial community to craft that video game to be the best possible experience. This is the philosophy we want to make in a manually crafting comic books, and which means that our DAO members can vote, can choose, and they will be involved in many ways how we're gonna make a next comic book issue. That's from one point of view. And the second thing is they're gonna have their own spin-off web comics, a couple of pages long, which I mentioned before. And our roadmap. Now we are awakened, actually it's mid-May, we have a website, Discord server, we are starting to grow the community, to talk to the people, and we are getting ready to publish the first comic book issue and to launch the whole project in mid-June. Which means in mid-June we'll have DAO token activated, and we have a active voting system. We have MetaMask integration, and all NFT items from the first comic book bundles will be available for mint. And in July, we will launch our own marketplace. We decided to, it's like the hardest possible way to launch NFT products. And it's like it will ask enormous amount of effort from our side to grow community on our marketplace. And it sounds crazy because it's like it's easier to go to any one of the crowded marketplaces like OpenSea or whatever. But we wanted to really keep control and with our DAO members. And we wanted to make a community of close community members who will collaborate and build the world with us. And why? This actually, when you buy bundles of webcomic, you will get double panels sometimes, of course, when you buy the stickers for the albums as a kid on a kiosk. And then, instead of them being absolutely useless, you can sell, buy, or trade them on the marketplace, which means that it will be easier to assemble a comic book than simply buying NFTs. And it will help us grow our community, and it will help us engage our crowd of DAO members. And hopefully, who knows what will grow out from this. And we are very open to see what's going to happen. And then, in mid-August, we have a transforming phase, which means that we have a 3-minute long trailer that will announce the second comic book issue, and which will absolutely reveal even more of the story, and we will dig deeper into the world. And in mid-September, we will rise, which means that we'll have a second issue of our webcomic launched. We have an NFT character item location drop, and then we'll have NFT crafting mechanics. That's what I've been talking about like a couple of minutes ago. Which means that in September, when you have like two issues of a comic book released, you will have a chance to have 2 NFT items, locations, or characters drop. So you'll be able to mint your first interactive story with us, of course. So we are like dying to see how it's gonna develop. We are totally excited about all these things, and we don't know for sure how people will react and where it will take us. But I think that's the best, because the things are not centralized. They're not under our control. They will be absolutely shared with our community, and we'll grow with them as much as they will influence the world. And what is one of the most important things that I haven't mentioned, it's like when you have like those character item or location drop, you will keep the IP rights. And whatever, tomorrow we have like further plans to make more comic books, make tabletop RPGs or board games. We're not strictly digitally driven and oriented, which means transmedia shouldn't be only digital. But it's like this is a great way to kickstart the project, the concept, and it's a great start to engage the community and get the initial Kickstarter funding for our future transmedia world building. And whatever happens, however it develops, the owners of NFT item, which means character, location, and item from the comic book, they keep royalties also. And this is our team. We are coming from different backgrounds, but we share the same spirit and same attitude. And we're coming from blockchain industry. Some of us are practically here, blockchain pioneers here in Serbia. Some of us are coming from artists, and me and the community manager, we are also coming from video game industry. We've been working on various video games. So some were super successful, some were absolutely failed, but we learned a lot from those things. And some are coming from comic book industry. This is our core team, but we have like a couple of more guys for the community, and like we are constantly growing, and we will grow. We will grow actually in order to fulfill the needs of our community, with those specially crafted webcomic issues that's going to be dropped as we craft the story with our community members. Hopefully, we'll come here. We'll arrive this place. So where technology and sacred antigen wisdom do not exclude each other. It's like that we call this post-cyberpunk. It's not just another term, hype word, because like if cyberpunk is like low high-tech and low-life, fucked up world without positive aspects or like some future. Post-cyberpunk, we truly believe that we have a solution for those things, and that actually the solution is the same for thousands and thousands of years, and it's within us. And all along the way, down the road, after many projects, we are planning to execute this. The final stage our final wish is to be able to enhance and activate pineal gland with VR in VR environment. If we manage to do that during the next couple of years, our dream will come true, actually. Thank you, guys. I think that's all.